everyone. I'm just starting with my base actually. I wanted to do a little makeup that kind of works with what you're wearing. And I love all the beautiful petally, rosy pink shades in makeup at the moment. And I'm not sure about you, and I think I've mentioned this before. I love flowers more than I ever have done. And I've really enjoyed them, planting them in the garden, although I'm useless. If anyone's got green fingers out there, can we please swap makeup lessons for gardening lessons, because I seem to kill everything, all my squirrels in the garden do anyway. But flowers in vases, I mean, even these beautiful peonies that are 2 weeks old, that are on their last legs, but they just give me pleasure and joy, even though they are a little bit brown and dehydrated, but they just look like lovely old aged ball gowns, don't they? Anyway, the point of what I'm saying is that I've got this lovely little white dress on that my friend gave me the other day. Actually, it's just a nice summer dressy. It's an old one from H&M. And then if I said just put like my normal sort of nudie makeup on, I might just look a little bit flat. So I wanted to kind of show you that if you're wearing something pale, and you are pale in skin colour like myself, then add a bit of vibrancy. And if you've got darker skin and you're wearing something dark, then add colour to brighten it up. It's quite a nice counterbalance, I think. So, and I don't think many of us now, it's very much an 80s thing, wasn't it, to kind of match your eyeshadow with what you were wearing. It's a little bit different now. You can definitely complement your makeup with your outfit, and for me it definitely works, because if you've got like a jazzy pattern top and then kind of a makeup that's incorporating lots of different tones, it doesn't work. So what you're wearing and how you do your makeup and hair definitely makes a difference to the finished look. Whether it could age you if you got it wrong, it can look a little bit more modern, more simplistic if you get it right. So it's just those lovely little sort of isms that kind of make everything. Anyway, stop rabbling, Caroline. We're going for a pink makeup, in short. Miracle Second Skin, a fantastic, brilliantly priced, I say tinted moisturiser, just to keep it easy. Tinted moisturiser that gives a little bit of coverage, quite a bit of coverage actually. A lovely hydrated finish to your skin. It feels so hydrating throughout the day. It contains coconut milk and aloe vera and pre and probiotics. The pre and probiotics hydrate my skin, but the hyaluronic and the coconut milk, it just feels really lovely on the skin. So if you've got dehydrated skin and you want something with a little bit more coverage, it's a fantastic product and comes in 13 shades. So I'm just going to use that. I've done my eyebrows. I think I'm going to go straight in with the blush. Now, I love these nudies. Nudies do really beautiful shades of blush, and a lot of them are sort of tan based or beachy based, and I think this is part of a beach collection. It's called Salty Siren, and they're matte, and I quite like my blush to be matte because I just like to impart that colour. Now I'm going to go quite strong on my blush. Let's try their brush. I'm going to go strong on my blush. Let's try their brush. Yeah, I like it, but I just think I want a little bit more. Actually, I just think fingers do such great work. Just the warmth of the finger really helps to pull it out. And this is such a lovely colour. It's a really sort of cross between a sort of corally, nudie pink. So because the eyes I'm going to do are going to be quite rosy, pinky, if I then did quite rosy, pinky cheeks, then I would end up looking a bit sort of pantomime. So you have to sort of balance it with a little bit of modernity by just keeping it nudie in other areas of your face. So don't get too excited and just kind of put the colour everywhere. But I felt a little bit pale, so I wanted to put this colour on pale because I'm obviously wearing white as well. So blush is just such a wonderful uplifter. I'm also going to choose, 1 second because I didn't get it, my concealer, my trusty concealer. This has been absolutely fantastic, and it's called the Synchro Skin Concealer. I wasn't sure whether it was the same as the foundation, but you know how much I love Shiseido's foundations. I mean, literally their technology foundations is off the scale. And this gel-based concealer has taken me through the last few months, and I haven't really used anything else. just there, just where you need it. No explanation needed. I've needed to cover up my eyes because I've been sleeping that well. Cover up my eyes, I needed to cover the darkness around my eyes. And a light reflecting one wasn't enough, but this doesn't dehydrate my 47-year-old skin. It just does what I want it to do and lightens and brightens under the area of my eyes without pinching, and lasts. This product will probably last you quite a long time, to be fair. And the shade that I'm using here is Light 202. It's a great formula. I did my brows just to save time, and because they drive me mad and annoy me, I just felt I needed to start with my brows done. So the palette that I'm absolutely adoring is Pixi by Petra. Now you probably know Pixi from the Glow Tonic. I'm almost sure that that must be their best-selling product. It's a liquid AHA, but look how beautiful these shades are. Lovely highlighting shades here, not too gold, not too yellow. Really lovely naturals here, very modern, and a really beautiful rose. Really lovely warm aubergine mauves. It's very trans-seasonal. This would work any time of the year, used in different ways. And I'm just going to use a combination of this rose and the gold, I think. I'm going to use the rose to shape my eye on the outside and to lift it and push back my sockets, rather than just using it as a decorative application. So I'm going to use my favourite MAC brush, which is, I think it's a 319, and it's just a very flat eyeshadow brush, which means I can compact the colour in. So let's go with the lightest shade first. I'm going to go with this one first. Let's see how this reads, because I want light and bright, but it might be too blingy, which I don't want. Let me see how that warms up with the other shade. Yes, that's just a little bit more. Can you just see that's just a little bit more gentle? Now I'm going to take this over 2/3 both of my eyes. I'll do the same colour first initially. The light one, just so I get the same hue. And this shade here is great. The lightest shade, with the tip of the brush, just tap it over the tear duct area of your eye here, because that really helps to enhance the shape of your eye, making your eye look bigger without, you know, any skill required. So just take that all the way along, just leaving the outside. Very easy. Don't take it too high into the socket. I want to keep that nice and soft and just skin-like. I'm going to take a new clean brush, same brush, and just watch how I push the product into that. And I'm going to do the same motion. I'm not going to because what that does is it flicks up a lot of the pigment. Even though these shades are actually really buttery, it flicks the pigment. Oh, this is nice and powerful, like this. So I'm going to use this on the outer third of my eye, here. So I'm just pushing back that socket, just pushing back that area that tends to hang down and close my eye, so that I'm going to create a nice wide open look. Now you wouldn't want to stop there, because it just looks too disjointed, it looks too separate. So it's really important you get a clean soft brush and then you blend those two shades together just to migrate them to create an extra shade of a combination of both of them, and that just creates that lovely hue, which makes me very happy. It's just so warm, these shades, aren't they? They're warm and uplifting, and they really enhance the blue of my eye. Do the same on the other side. So let's just push the powder in, keep it just on the lid. They're really buttery, these shades. They're really beautiful, and they go on like a dream. And quite frankly, eyeshadow, powder eyeshadow shouldn't be complicated to use anymore. Powder eyeshadow shouldn't be difficult. And because I love cream so much, I'm not going to fuss around with an eyeshadow that crumbles, that loses its colour on application, that dissolves into maybe like a damp eye that hasn't been powdered. I didn't powder my eyelids, I just kind of kept it really simple. just because I knew that this wasn't particularly technical, this look. If I wanted to go for something that was really precise, I would always do a little bit of base on my eyes and just a little bit of powder, but I knew these colours would blend well and easily. Lovely. Okay, I'm just going to take a little cotton bud and I'm going to use wash underneath. And I'm going to use the same, do you know what, I'm just going to use this darker colour here so it's not too ready raw. Like, these colours are lovely on top, but I think underneath it might cause my eyes to look a little bit red, but I still want the same hue and the same wash. Yes, that's lovely, I'm pleased with that. Just on the outside here. I'm not going to take it all the way along, but when you have this nice softness of the eyeshadow underneath, again, it increases the surface area of your eye, making your eye look bigger. And it's just a wash, and once you've got your mascara on, you don't really notice it, but it just keeps your eyes nice and wide. And you can see how this shadow doesn't fall. It's a really pretty sunset evening eye. It's not an evening eye, it's a day eye. It's an anytime eye, excuse me. Now, fanfare. Marc Jacobs, whoop whoop, has got a new mascara. And I've saved it for us to try together. How amazing is this packaging? I haven't loved a mascara packaging much as I've loved this since Hourglass launched theirs, which you know I love. This is beautiful and it feels lovely. It's got a slight ridginess to it, and it's called, yes, I want to say unlacquered. No, it's At Lashed. At Lashed, Marc Jacobs. Right, okay, so first impressions, great brush. The bristles aren't too long, so it's not going to go everywhere. The formula feels nice and liquidy. Let's see. Everyone has been raving about this mascara. It's a lengthening, volumizing mascara. And people I've been watching online have been absolutely loving the sort of one lash application. I just love the packaging. All good so far. A nice deposit mascara. Oh yes, look at that. On the lower lashes, goes on really well. Now, what I'm noticing is that even though I'm getting richness and depth to my lashes, I'm not getting clogging. I'm not getting a build-up of fibres. Let's see. It's always when you get to the second coat, just before the second coat dries, that you are able to just create that lift on the outside. So many people put their mascara on. I watch them put the mascara on and go, see, it's not as good as yours. I'm like, well, you just applied it in 10 seconds. Like, these products, you know, they do need a little bit of help. Yes, here we go. And it's when it dries that you get the lift. Yes, Marc Jacobs. At Lashed. It's a great name, isn't it? At Lashed. Gosh, they must have fun choosing these names. The brush is really light and really easy to use. And it's always, and the magic always happens on the second coat, and then just really help to pull your lashes out, help to extend them out and lift. So you've almost got like more mascara on the outside of your lashes. At the moment I'm feeling a bit like, ooh, I can really feel the mascara on my lashes, but that's momentarily. That's only for a moment, because your eyes adapt very easy. It's a bit like when you put false eyelashes on, isn't it? You're like, oof, and then you forget all about it. Right, a little bit more blush, I feel. I'm gonna head this little blush up here, just a little bit more for a rosy finish, just a little bit higher than I might normally do. I'm not going to use any highlighter or anything in this look. My skin is feeling fresh and hydrated, and I don't want to overcomplicate the makeup. It's like, I really like my luminescence to my skin, as you know, whether it looks oily or whether it looks sort of dewy and glistening. But then I don't want that if I've got, you know, goldy sunset eyes and pink cheeks. It all ends up being a little bit too much. So it's just nice not to overdress your face sometimes. To finish off, I'm going to be using Lipstick Queen Ruler, oopsie, Ruler of Rose. I thought that'd be perfect for my rosy, my rose petal look against the white dress. This is a really beautiful, I'm hesitating because it's sort of like a glossy lipstick. I was going to say balm, but it's not because it's got more pigment. Anyway, let me stop talking and you'll see. So you get lots of pigment very quickly, whereas with the gloss or a balm, it tends to be a little bit more sheerer. That's why I was considering how I would explain this to you. A really nice flat dough applicator helps you apply the colour, and it doesn't overload the applicator with product when you push it in. You know, sometimes you can put these in and you go woof, and you've got a whole, you've got too much gloss on your lipstick. Too much gloss on your lips. Sorry, I'm due for a coffee, as you can tell. So the flat applicator just goes on like this, and this is such a pretty bridally, petally English rose shape, and the colour lasts really well. It doesn't slide off, but I think for my lips, if I did it before and after, you'd really see a difference and amplification of my lip shape, and I like that. I think my lips look prettier with this product on, which is the point, right? I'm not going to use a lip liner because the textures are too different. So I'm just going to take it literally just over my Cupid's bone. Lovely. So even though my cheeks look quite flushed earlier on, now they look almost sort of quite normal. So the lovely kind of rose, well, it's sort of with the gold now, it's changed into sort of more of a corally sunset eyes, and the flushed cheeks and the petal pink lips. That was my inspiration for wearing this summery dress. Unfortunately on a cloudy day, but it was sunny when I was thinking about, oh, what shall I do for everyone next? These colours make me happy, and I love wearing them with simple kind of nude tones. I might just try and stick it a bit more. Oops. This has been my lifesaver, Living Proof. It's a great brand, I have to say. But I was using the dry volume blast to get lift to my hair, but it was making my hair too dry. I think it just needs a cut. But the dry shampoo has kind of been making my roots just a little bit more acceptable. Because you know what? It's not necessarily the colour that's annoying, it's the texture. If you are a brown-haired person who dyes their hair blonde, you'll know what I mean, because it just goes all floppy at the roots. Is that the same if you've got dark hair and it's not coloured? I imagine it must be. So I just like to have the texture of my hair when it's coloured at the roots, because then it doesn't flop so much and look as greasy as much. But I've just found that even when I've washed my hair, it lightens the roots as well, but it does look a bit powdery there. But that will soon fade once I blend it in. I found this has just been really great to give my roots a lift where the other product wasn't so effective, but is really effective if I've got my hair coloured. So thank you, Living Proof, for getting me through these non-coloured hair days. And there we are. So I hope you've been inspired a little bit. Hope you like the look. And as always, I look forward to reading your comments below. You're a lovely bunch, and thank you. Bye for now.